Hello, everyone. Uh, Good morning. I am Sigit Benandar, and it gives me great pleasure that I can to be the part of the session for summer course 2025 organized by the Department of Business and Finance Vocational College di Penogoro University. And I would like to warmly welcome to all the participants, both local and international. For this session, I will presentation about ESG and EFRS, the subtopic for when sustainability and accounting get together. For today, we will we will talk about the introduction of sustainability, financing, and then ESG factors, focus areas for financial statement, and then we will to talk about sustainable financing and the last part about the conclusion. We're going to the part of introduction. Invest ESG or environmental, social, and governance aspect are becoming more and more important for companies nowadays. Investor and public increasingly expect companies to address this issue and align their business model to sustainable goals. At the same time, there are numerous initiatives aimed at enabling transparent, reliable, and comparable reporting on such as the FER Commission work on sustainability guidelines. Usually we use GRI for or something like that for the guideline of sustainability report, and then the development of standard for accountability on sustainability issue by the International Sustainability Standard Board or ESSB. Even though the initiative mentioned focus primarily on non-financial reporting, companies should be aware of possible effect on the IFRS financial statement. IFRS do not contain a specific standard for such issue, but as a framework, IFRS are reflecting all existing circumstances. IFRS financial statement today to their IFRS financial statement are set to increase. For example, the European Securities and Market Authority, or called ESMA, has already declared climate-related aspect a priority area for reviews for our financial statement for the 2021 financial year. Other regulators are likely to follow suit. And then we can see for ESG factor, ESG factor, like we know, is separated to become three parts. The first one is environmental. Uh, the example of environmental activity or the environmental factors are climate change and then the greenhouse gas emission, resource depletion, including water, waste and the pollution, and the last one, deforestation. It's how companies can disclose about these things. So when the company can disclose more, so it will be good for company uh, to declare how good their environmental activity for the stakeholder. And then the second one is social. Some of the activity of the social, like working condition, including slavery and child labor. Next one is local community, including indigenous communities, and then the conflict and the humanitarian crisis, health and safety, and employee relation and diversity. For the social aspect, we talk about uh, many aspects. Talk about employee and then humanity. So at the social aspect, of course, so many stakeholders concerned about it. So when company can disclose more about their activity, it will be good for the company for increasing awareness of social aspect. And then the last one is governance. Governance, we talk about executive pay, bribery, and corruption, and then board diversity and structure, and the last one, fair tax strategies. So it will be good when company can uh, use their governance as good as the environmental and social as well. So uh, the same thing with the two aspect before, when the company can disclose many things about their good governance, it would be a good view from the stakeholder. So there's the ESG factors and some activities of them. And then we go to the next one. Focus area for IFRS financial statements. In the medium to long term, sustainability issues could have a variety of effects on IFRS financial statements. The current discussion in the literature and in practice suggests that the focus for IFRS accounting is primarily on climate-related aspects at present, with the following some topics. The first one is a topic about budget and business plan. In the new legal requirement, change to the business model and shift in customer and supplier behavior can have a negative or positive impact on income and expense estimates. Again, against this background, planning assumptions need to be critically reviewed. For example, with regard to long-term development, for it may be necessary to plan with several scenarios in order to appropriately consider the certainly future development. Budget and business plans are used for purpose e.g. business valuation, impairment testing, and demonstrating the ability of a company to continue as going concern. So this may in turn affect various items in the statement of financial position such as intangible asset, including goodwill, property, plant and equipment, and deferred tax asset. And then we going to emission right in here. In order to limit harmful emission, of course, we will talk about uh, sustainable sustainability. We must to talk about the emission, and when you can decrease the emission, it will be good for your company. In order to limit harmful emission, more and more countries are relying on the emission right system. Like the example CO, CO carbon dioxide certificate or caps for production process and or manufacturing products. This leads to questions such as how could free allocation purchases or obligatory return allowance be accounted for, and then how should government grants be recognized in profit or loss, and the last one may be the question are from which is point in time should provision for excess emission be recognized. And then the third one is employee commission, employee compensation. It means are in the order to provide incentive for sustainable behavior. Specific sustainable indicator may be included in share-based or other compensation agreement. The design of the sustainability indicators and compensation program affect how they are valued. So when the company, or I mean the employee uh, be valued be value from the company, it will be good for a score of social aspect. So when uh, company can pay more or can uh, make the employee more wealthy. So the score of the part in the competition employee, it will be good for social score. So uh, company must to pay attention about the employee for the employee competition. And then we will talk about property, plant and equipment. Certain assets may end up being decommissioned earlier than originally scheduled as a result of new regulatory requirement, technology advantage for carbon dioxide savings, change in customer behavior, voluntary commitment, and the zero target or the threat of reputation damage. This may also following of effect for the depreciation and amortization. The company must adjustment may be required as part of the annual review of useful life and residual value. And then the second one about impairment, the aspect flagged above may constitute indication of impairment, which could trigger impairment testing and accordingly lead to impairment losses. And the last one, we talk about decommissioning and restoration obligation. Decommissioning earlier than originally planned should be reflected in the measurement of provision. And we jumping to the sustainability financing. Sustainability financing, or the example like ESG bonds and loans, will become increasingly important in the coming years. Example include the bonds with interest rates linked to perform against certain sustainability target, or bond who issue process are used for pollution reduction project. In terms of accounting, sustainability financing come with certain challenges for the investor. The question arises in particular as how the risk-commonly financial instruments are to be classified. This followed. This followed. For this purpose, it must be determined whether the ESG element is compatible with the solely payment of principal and interest SPPI criterion. And for issuers, the question arises to ask whether the financing contain a derivative that must be separated. For this purpose, it must be determined whether the SG element is closely related to the bond or loan in terms of economic characteristic and risk. So, for the conclusion, ESG aspects have an impact not only on financial reporting, but also on accounting under IFRS. This means there may already be a need for action regarding accounting and disclosure. Implementing the effect in the financial reporting is much like a journey. Now is the time to pack your bags and hit the road. If you are to meet the expectation of investor, regulator, and the public, and ensure correct accounting and disclosure. So it will be important for company who can balancing about the standard of accounting, like we know is IFRS, and then the guideline of sustainability guideline such as ESG score and then GRI, uh, GRS standard for it will be good for the companies who can more collaborated and then using for the two main aspect of their four companies. So I think that's enough for my topic for this session. But I have a question for you. Maybe you can answer my question at the comment below. My question are, the first is, for analyzing the accounting impact. What are the accounting consequences based on the current status? For the first question, and the second one is, how, where, and what extent is the company affected by ESG aspects? Does sustainability strategy already exist? So the question may be, what aspect that impact for the ESG aspect is so many. There is so many uh, journal and paper talk about ESG aspect and uh, what the effect for them. So it will be quite good for you for looking the other aspect, what is affected for ESG aspect. And maybe it's enough for my session today. Maybe we can looking up for the next summer course, maybe in the next year. So good morning everyone. Thank you very much for your enthusiasm. Goodbye.